Hi everybody, Alan Grayjack here with 5 Branches Yoga. And today we're going to be going over a version of the set from the Awakening Yoga series. For today's practice, you might want a couple of blocks and a strap, or if you don't have a yoga strap, maybe even like a scarf or a long belt or a tie or something like that can help just give you a little bit of extra reach. And possibly a small blanket or a towel or something like that to put under your knees just to give you a little extra cushion. Let's go ahead and get started in a Vajrasana position, sitting on our shins. And if you want, you could take a block and put it in between your ankles just to give you a little extra comfort here. Take a moment to just drop into your space. Allow your body to catch its breath. Beginning to shift your awareness from the outer world to the inner world of your body. Allowing your breath to be natural. Start the process of relaxing your shoulders, your mind, your eyebrows, your jaw. And begin the practice of self-awareness by starting to check in with yourself. Ask yourself how you're feeling mentally, physically, emotionally. What's your energy like today? No judgment, just making notes. Begin to bring your awareness to your breath. And maybe set an intention for your practice today. Maybe it could be just to participate, and to be gentle with yourself, and to work within your means. If they're not already, your eyes can be closed or softened. And remember that this is your practice. Feel free to modify or take breaks whenever you need. Throughout this practice, we'll be connecting breath with movement, but you are welcome to breathe as you need. Let's start out today with some Viloma breathing. Chest is slightly lifted, shoulders are over the hips. We're going to be breathing in through the nose, breaking up the inhale into 3 equal parts with a long exhale through the mouth. So wherever you are, go ahead and exhale all of your air. Inhale 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, and hold. Exhale. Inhale 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts all the way to the top. And exhale, slightly constricting your throat. Inhale 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, and hold. Exhale. Inhale 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts all the way to the top. Exhale. Inhale 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts and hold. Exhale. Relaxing your shoulders. Take a deep breath in all the way to the top. And audible exhale. One more deep inhale. And audible exhale. Let it go. Go ahead and sweep your arms up to the sky, palms touching each other. Cactus your arms, lift your chest, exhale slowly, bringing your elbows down towards your hips. And interlace your fingers behind your back. If you can't reach your other hand, you can use your strap to lengthen your reach. So however you get there, maybe even rock your arms from side to side, making a little bit more space for yourself. Press your palms in towards each other, and then inhale, reach your knuckles straight down, getting broad across the collarbones. Extend your arms up behind you, and then keeping your hands together, bring them on top of your right hip. Tuck your elbow back, and lower your right ear towards your shoulder. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Draw a few circles with your nose in one direction. Breathing naturally here, reverse directions. And then take a moment just to explore some movement, some rotation on your own here. Remembering to be gentle with yourself. Working around any places that might be tight or painful. And when you're ready, come to center, release the clasp, sweep your arms up, deep inhale. Exhale, reclasp your hands behind your back with the opposite thumb on top. Reach your knuckles straight down once again. And then up to the space behind you, deep inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands on top of your left hip. Tuck your elbow back, almost like you're going to fold it towards your other elbow. And then lower your left ear towards your shoulder. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Draw a few circles in this sideways position. And a few circles in the opposite direction. Breathing naturally. Explore some movement on your own here, rotating around. And then come to center, release the clasp, bring your fingertips to the floor behind you. Lift your chest. Get broad across your collarbones. Inhale. And exhale. Drive down through the tops of your feet as you push your hips up. And lower back down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, cactus your arms. And come to all fours. Move your block out of the way if you are using one. Shoulders are over the wrists. Knees are in line with the hips. And if you find a position that works good for you here, you might want your hands closer to your knees or further away. Each kind of gives a different effect. It's not about your experience level. Sometimes I like to be a lot closer. Sometimes I like to be further away. And go ahead and begin to draw some circles over your wrists with your shoulders in one direction. Taking note of how the center of gravity shifts around, how the weight begins to press through the knuckle mounds of your palm. Just waking up the wrists and the forearms. And reverse direction. Come center. Slightly lean forward until you really feel some pressure into the knuckle mounds. And then press your fingers into the ground. All 10 of them. Waking up the fronts and backs of the forearms. Preparing the hands and fingers for engagement. And then we're going to come into some cat and cows here. So when you're ready, inhale, lift your chest forward, gaze goes above the horizon as you tilt your sacrum, your tailbone towards the sky for cow pose. Toes are untucked. Exhale, arch your back, tuck your chin, press the upper part of your back towards the ceiling as you tuck your tailbone in. For cat pose. Arms are extended. Inhale, bring your chest forward, gaze goes over the horizon, tailbone tilts for the sky. Cow pose. Exhale, press the upper part of your back towards the ceiling as you tuck your tailbone in and you tuck your chin to your chest. Really pushing the mat away here. Pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, pull your chest forward into cow. Exhale, arch your back. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Exhale, arch your back. Inhale, pull your chest forward. And exhale, come to neutral. Tuck your toes. Sit back to your heels. Spread your toes wide and press all 10 toes down into the mat, just enough to feel your connection with the earth. Inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky, palms together. Navel is lifted. Exhale, cactus your arms. Interlace your fingers over your chest. Elbows hugging the rib cage. Deep inhale, press your chest into your palms. Exhale, press your palms away while you press the upper part of your back to the space behind you and pull your navel in towards your spine. Chin is tucked. Inhale, rise up. Really reaching up, pressing your pinkies to the space behind you. And exhale, round down into upright cat pose. Inhale, rise up for upright cow. Exhale, round down. Inhale, rise up. 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 Exhale, cactus your arms, wiggle your fingers. Lean back as far as you can, as far as you feel comfortable. And then slightly lean forward, fingertips to the mat. Untuck your toes. Sit back to your heels. Press your palms into the ground with your fingertips in line with your kneecaps. Arms are extended. Let your head hang heavy and press the space between your shoulder blades towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. Exhale, pull your knees towards your chest, pushing the ground away. Chin is tucked. Slightly leaning forward into the hands, press all 10 fingers into the ground for extra support. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Shake your hands out a little bit. Woo. Make 2 fists and bring your knuckles together over your chest, over your heart center. Lean forward and bring the backs of your hands to the mat. Hug your elbows in towards one another and press into the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let that go. Take a breath. Relax your shoulders. Next, we're going to be coming into the awakening version of Sun Salutations A and B, starting out in a downward facing dog. If you'd like to have some blocks to make this a little bit more comfortable or to give you a little bit more reach, feel free to set them up. I like to have my blocks at a little bit of a tilt. The right one's just a little bit tilted to the right, left one's a little bit tilted to the left, almost like a righty-tighty, lefty-loosey kind of thing. And I like this because it helps me to stay more active all the way through my arms and shoulders while in downward facing dog and some of these other positions. Come up onto your knees, step your left foot back, step your right foot back, flex your feet almost like you're trying to bring your toes towards your shins, and then pressing into your blocks or the mat, imagine you were going to try to pull yourself forward until you feel your abdomen light up. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees and then push your hips back as you come into your downward facing dog. Legs do not have to be fully extended. Though you are driving your heels down towards the ground, they don't have to touch the ground either. Arms are fully extended. Navel is lifted. Tailbone is tilting towards the sky. Chest is pressing towards the knees. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. As you look forward, kick your right heel back and up into 3-legged dog, and then step forward to the outside of your right hand as you exhale. Lower your left knee, reach your right hand towards the sky as you twist to the right. Exhale, right hand comes down to the mat, left knee rises up as your leg extends, and then push the ground away through your right leg as you come up into your extended pyramid pose. Your right leg doesn't have to get straight, it can stay bent. Just keep pushing the ground away. And then shift your weight forward, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, rise up into an active squat, reach your hands out in front of you, palms facing up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come together at heart center as you rise up. Inhale, reach towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, bend your knees as you come through active squat. Palms come to the mat. Right leg steps back, left leg steps back, high plank, bend your knees, and then press back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, kick your left leg back and up, 3-legged dog. Exhale as you step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, lower your right knee. Inhale as you reach your left hand up to the sky, twisting and opening to the left. Exhale, left hand comes down to the block. Right knee rises up, pushing the ground away through your left leg as you come into extended pyramid pose. Shift your weight forward. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, rise up into your active squat. Exhale, push the ground away as you come up. Hands to heart center. Glutes are squeezed. Abdomen is active. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend your knees as you lower through active squat. Palms come to the mat. Right leg steps back. Left leg steps back. Lower your knees to the ground. Sit your hips back towards your heels. If you have blocks, move them aside. Shift your weight forward. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. Lean forward as you bend your arms and come into a chaturanga pose. Chest and chin near the ground. Tailbone is up towards the sky. And then lift your chest up as your pelvis comes to the ground for cobra pose. And exhale, push the ground away, sit your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose. Shift your weight forward, tuck your toes, bring your blocks back to their position, and press your hips back towards downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, kick your right foot back and up into three-legged dog as you look forward and step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, followed with your left foot by your left hand. Rise up, active squat. Inhale, exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach for the sky. Glutes are squeezed. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend your knees, come through active squat. Palms come to the mat. Right leg steps back. Left leg steps back. Lower your knees, untuck your toes. Come through chaturanga, bringing your chest and chin towards the floor. If you're on blocks, they're not going to go all the way down. And then push your hips towards the floor as you lift your chest up. And then come into your upward facing dog. Press down into the ground through the tops of your feet. Exhale, lower your knees, tuck your toes, sit your hips back towards downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Left foot kicks back as you look forward. Come into three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of the left hand, followed with your right to the outside of the right hand. Rise up, active squat. Inhale. Exhale, push the ground away. Palms come to heart center. Legs are strong. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend your knees. Hands to the mat or your blocks. Step your right leg back. Step your left leg back. A slow push-up, and if you want, you could lower your knees first and do your slow push-up, or you could just do it from high plank. Slow push-up. Lower your knees, drop your heels, untuck your toes as you pull yourself forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Lower your knees, tuck your toes, hips go back to downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Navel is lifted. Arms are fully extended. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Right foot swings back and up into three-legged dog. Look forward. This time we're stepping towards the inside of our hands. Right foot comes towards the right thumb. Lower your left knee. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Palms facing each other. Inhale. Float your left knee about 4 inches off the floor. Exhale, extend through your left leg. Squeezing your glutes. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Shift your weight forward. Bring your blocks up to their highest position. Then shift your weight forward. Lift your left leg back and up as you come into crouching warrior. You can keep your hands on the blocks if you want. Exhale, push the ground away. Inhale, bend your front knee, bring your toes to the back of the mat. Hands rise up, palms are still together. Exhale, thumbs to the nape of the neck. Reach down towards the mat behind you. Inhale, extend your arms and then reach to the space behind you. Exhale, cactus your arms. Swing them around, bring them back to heart center. Shift your weight forward. Pull your knee into your chest as you inhale. Exhale, step your left foot down to meet your right. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Forward fold. Bring your blocks back down to their lowest level. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back through three-legged dog. Lower your left knee as you come down to a three-legged bird dog. Come through a three-legged chaturanga and then swing up into an upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, tuck your toes, press your hips back towards downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward as you step your left foot into three-legged dog. And exhale, step your left foot towards your left thumb, lower your right knee towards the floor, swing your hands up to the sky. Inhale, float your right knee. Exhale, extend through your right leg. Inhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight forward. Bring your blocks with you if you like. Reach your right foot up as you come into your crouching warrior. Exhale, push the ground away. Maintain your balance. Do whatever you need to. Inhale, lower down. Reach your hands up. Exhale, thumbs to the nape of the neck. Inhale, reach to the space behind you. Exhale, cactus your arms, lean forward with your chest. Bring your hands to your blocks, reposition them. I know this is a lot of details. Swing your left leg back through three-legged dog. Inhale, exhale. Lower your right knee. Shift your weight forward, come into chaturanga. Inhale as you come up to your upward facing dog. Exhale as you lower your knees, tuck your toes, and press back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, arms are fully extended. A 10-count journey walking towards the top of the mat beginning now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just hang out for a moment. Knees can be slightly bent. Catch your breath. Relax. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, keeping your knees slightly bent. Roll up to standing. Exhale. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight to your right leg. Pull your left knee into your chest. Inhale. Exhale as you lean forward and step your left foot towards the back of the mat. Lower your left knee to the ground. Inhale, reach your hands up. Float your left knee. Exhale, extend through your left leg. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Shift your weight forward. Put your blocks on their highest setting. Lean forward. Kick your left heel towards the sky as you come into crouching warrior. Exhale, push the ground away. Warrior 3, long and strong. Inhale, bend your knee, lower down. As your hands rise up, reach for the sky. Palms come together. Exhale, thumbs to the nape of the neck. Inhale, reach behind you. Support yourself with your left leg, your back leg. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight forward. Pull your knee to your chest as you inhale. Exhale, left foot meets the right. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Inhale, hands to heart center as your right knee comes to your chest. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your right knee to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Float your right knee. Exhale, extend through your right leg. Inhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight forward. Hands come to your blocks. Swing your right heel up for crouching warrior. If you want to, you can bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, push the ground away. Inhale, lower back down, toes to the back of the mat. Hands reaching up. Exhale, thumbs to the nape of the neck. Reach down. Inhale, squeeze your glutes, reach behind you. Trust yourself. Exhale, hands heart center. Shift your weight forward. Pull your right knee into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, right foot meets the left. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Really reach high. Exhale, cactus your arms, and bring your hands to your side. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your blocks to their lowest setting. Knees are slightly bent, pressing your forehead towards your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the back, long through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold, slight bend to the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, high plank, slow push-up. Once again, if you like, you can lower your knees first. Slow push-up, drop your hips back, come through extended child's pose, and then forward through chaturanga once again, and then upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Deep inhale, exhale. Imagine you're trying to press the tip of your sacrum or your tailbone to the wall behind you as you really push the ground away and make your arms longer. Head is hanging heavy, navel is lifted, breathing deep. I know that there is some work to this pose, but there's also some places where your body can be at rest and at peace. Take a moment to connect with that. Now we're coming into our warrior series. Inhale, reach your right foot behind you as you come into a three-legged dog position. Look forward, exhale, step your right foot towards your right thumb. Extend your right leg as you lower your left heel towards the mat. Left toes are pointing at about 10 or 11 o'clock. rise up. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, spread your arms wide from the front to the back as you bend your front knee, reaching wide. Gaze is over the right middle finger. Chest is lifted. Shoulders are back. Pressing into the mat through the pinky side edge of your left foot. Active foundation. Squeezing all 10 toes. Gripping all 10 toes into the mat. If you need to adjust your stance here, either wider or shorter for more stability, feel free to do so. Remembering to breathe deep. Sweep your left hand up as your right hand comes down. Windmill them around. Left hand comes to the ground. Right hand reaches for the sky. Lower your left knee to the floor. Swivel your left foot off of the mat. Keep your toes tucked. And then step your right foot towards the back of the mat. Press the sole of your foot down into the ground. Squeeze your glutes. Gazes towards the ceiling, if that works for you. Gaze can be wherever is most comfortable for you. Side plank. Reach for the ceiling. Deep inhale. Exhale, pull your knee towards your chest. Step towards the top of the mat. Right hand comes back down to the mat. Left knee raises up. Step your left foot back onto the mat. Lower your heel down. Toes are at 10 or 11 o'clock. And then bring your right elbow to your right thigh. Back line of the leg is nice and strong, pressing down into the mat. Left hand is reaching overhead. Trying to make your body as long as it can. Once again, try to imagine you're reaching for something that's almost maybe within your reach if you could get just another centimeter. Remembering to breathe here. Inhale, reach your left hand up towards the sky. Windmill it around as your right hand reaches up. Left hand is now reaching down behind your left thigh as your right hand reaches up. Extend your right leg. Bring your arms to a capital T. Step your left foot just a little bit closer to your right and bring your toes back to their original position. Bring your left hand to your hip. Position your block to the inside of your right ankle. Take your right hand to your hip and then extend it down your leg and begin to fold over that leg using your leg for some support and guidance, and then come to your block. Open up to the left side of the room. You can adjust your block at whatever level works for you. You can stay here if you like, or you can reach your left arm up towards the sky, followed by your gaze. And then bring your hands back. And then bring your hands back down to the mat. Resituate your blocks. Lift your left heel off the floor. Swing your right leg back through three-legged dog as you inhale. Look forward. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your right tricep. Think cat pose with your back here. And then stay here if you like, or try to extend your right leg for flying splits. Bring your right leg back through three-legged dog. And then down to meet your left as you come into downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot back into three-legged dog. Look forward, exhale as you step your left foot towards your left thumb. Lower your right heel to the mat. Toes are at about 1 or 2 o'clock. Inhale as you rise up, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend your front knee as your arms go wide. Left hand reaching out front, right hand reaching behind you. Pressing down into the mat through the pinky side edge of your right leg, keeping that all nice and really strong. This is a warrior position. It's an active position. Squeeze your glutes. Gazes over the left middle finger. Breathing deep. Once again, you can adjust your stance wider or shorter if you need more support or more security here. Inhale as you sweep your right arm up, left arm comes down, windmill around, right hand comes to the block, left hand reaches up towards the sky, lower your right knee, swivel your right foot off the mat, swing your left foot back, plant the sole of your foot on the floor, press into the floor, reach your arm up towards the sky for side plank. Inhale, bring your right knee towards your chest, and then exhale as you step it towards the top of the mat. Swivel your foot back onto the mat. Lift your right knee, lower your heel down, left elbow, left thigh, strong through the right leg, pressing down into the mat. Reach your right hand overhead and open up to the right side of the room. Really reaching through, gripping into the mat through your toes. This is a very alive and active pose as well. Remembering to breathe deep. Inhale, reach your right arm behind you as your left hand reaches up towards the sky. Right hand now is reaching behind and down, gazes towards the sky. Extend your left leg, arms come to a capital T. Step your right foot just a little bit closer. Bring your right hand to your hip. Bring your block in towards the inside of your left ankle. Bring your left hand towards the inside of your thigh, and then slowly fold over your left leg, using your leg for a little bit of guidance and support. Come down to your block, open up to the right, adjust your height however you like. And if you wish, swing your right arm around and over as you open into full triangle, gazes towards the sky. Remember you have 10 toes. Remember to breathe. Bring your right hand to the mat. Resituate your left block, palms to the blocks or to the mat. Left leg swings back through three-legged dog. Inhale. Look forward, exhale as you bring your left knee to the outside. of your left tricep. Think cat pose, pressing the space between your shoulder blades towards the ceiling. And if you feel like it, extend your left leg as much as is comfortable. Then bring it back in. Exhale as you come into three-legged dog. Bend your right knee to the floor. Come through your chaturanga up into upward facing dog, squeezing your glutes, pulling your shoulders back. And exhale, lower your knees, tuck your toes. Press your hips back towards your downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Navel is lifted, tailbone is tilting towards the sky. Head is hanging heavy. Lift all 10 toes. Remember, knees can be slightly bent. And then extend your legs as much as possible, though, as it feels good. And then lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Forward fold. Grab the backs of your heels, pull yourself down, pull your forehead down towards your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your knees bent. Here you can step your feet a little bit wider, maybe about hips width apart. That's about 2 fists in width. And then inhale, keep your knees slightly bent as you roll up, pressing your hips forward as we come into our circle chair and roll back down. Maybe move your block slightly out of the side. Sway to the left and roll up. Tick-tock back and over. Swing around to the right and roll all the way up. This is our circle chair. And this can be a very exploratory pose. So maybe take some time just exploring movement on your own here. Maybe you want to swing back and forth, working your side body some. Or maybe you want to come up the middle and then just undulate at the top, just working the upper part of the spine mostly, rolling your shoulders around. Roll down. Or you could just work your sides. Eventually, you kind of look like one of those blow-up balloon guys at the car wash, if you've ever seen one of those. And whenever you're ready, come to center at a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your blocks back to space. If you've got a blanket or a towel or something like that, now's the time you might want to put it under your knees for some extra padding. So whenever you get situated, come back to your halfway lift. Step your left foot back, lower down onto your knee, climb up onto your knee. Chest is lifted. Slightly lean forward as you kick your left heel towards your butt. Keep your left hand on your knee as your right hand reaches up. Twist open to the right, reach around, and catch the outside of your right foot. Now, if you can't do this, you can take your strap and just find where you can reach it. Be careful while you're doing it. And squeeze your heel towards your butt. And if you can, maybe you come onto your block at whatever setting works for you, or you could stay up on your knee. Slightly kick into your strap or your hand, opening your chest to the right side of the room. Lift your chest out, inhale, gaze is above the horizon. And then exhale, let go of your foot, but keep it squeezed to the butt and slowly lower it down. Shift your weight back, step your foot forward, tuck your back toe, and lower down into a half a split, Ardha Hanuman. Let's start out by folding over our leg, keeping our spine extended. Think cow pose with your chest here. Chin can be at a neutral place, reaching through the crown of your head. Press down into the floor through the back of your heel. Breathing deep. And then relax, just fold over that leg. Just allow yourself to melt in. Shift your weight forward. Bring your blocks with you. Untuck your back toes. Press the top of your foot down into the ground as your knee lifts and your leg extends. Pull your chest forward. Now stay here if you like, or climb up onto your knee, keeping your body vertical. And if this is good for you, you could stay here, or you might want to reach your arms up towards the sky and get a nice little back bend in here. Deep inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms. Bring your hands back to the blocks. Knee comes down. Tuck your back toes. Extend your front leg. Push it forward or walk your left knee back. You might have to adjust as needed here. Keeping your hips square to the mat. For full split or something in the direction of full split, Hanuman asana. There are many ways that you could take this pose. You can be active by kind of scissoring your legs together, really activating your legs. You can make this a balancing pose. You can have your legs just relaxed, or you could be trying to open the scissors out. Toes can be tucked or untucked. This is one of my favorite poses. It feels really good for me, although I'm not that flexible, so I can't get that deep into it. And when you're ready, bring your right foot back to the floor. Knee is over the ankle. Shift your weight forward. Kick your left foot towards the sky as you come into a standing split. And you could keep your block at whatever level works for you. I don't really need or like a block for this pose. You can keep your chin tucked or just let your head hang heavy. You could keep your fingers on the floor, or you could get light on them, maybe try to float them and just challenge your balance here. And whenever you're ready, start to swing up. Bring your left knee towards your chest. Inhale, pull your shoulders back. Exhale, left foot comes to the floor. Resituate your blocks wherever you can, wherever works for you. And rise up. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale as you step your right foot to the back of the mat. Situate your blanket or your padding however you need. Lower your knee to the floor. Climb up onto your knee, your left knee. And kick your right heel towards your butt. Sweep your left hand up and around. Once again, if you need a strap, go ahead and strap it in. Get a hold of the outside of your left ankle, of your right ankle, I mean. Squeeze it towards your butt. Lean forward if you have a block, or you can come all the way to the floor. Slightly begin to kick into your hand, opening your chest to the left side of the room. Press your chest forward. Gaze goes above the horizon. Inhale into the left side of your rib cage. Exhale. Let go of that hold. Keep squeezing it to your butt and slowly lower to the ground. Tuck your toes. Drop your hips back as you come into your Ardha Hanuman. Pressing down into the ground through the back of your left heel. Think cow pose with your chest as you lean and fold forward. Reaching through the crown of your head. Deep inhale. And then exhale, just relax, melt over that leg. When you're ready, grab your blocks, shift your weight forward, untuck your packed toes, press the top of your foot down into the floor, lift your right knee, extending through the leg, really pressing down. Whole leg is alive and active. Stay here if you wish, or climb up onto your knee. And if it works for you, reach for the sky. Deep inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands back down to your blocks. Shift your weight back. Tuck your toes, lift your left foot off the ground, and then extend it way out in front of you. Maybe walk your right knee back a little further just to open this up a little bit more. Body is vertical. And once again, this is your practice. This is one where there's many options. You can be very active by kind of pressing down into the floor and making this balancing as well. Or you could kind of extend yourself, really try to open your legs up, maybe press the sole of your foot to the space in front of you and actively open into this stretch. Or you could just relax altogether. Let gravity do some work here. Pull your left foot back to the floor, knees over your ankle. Shift your weight forward as you come into your standing split. Right leg is pressing into the space behind you, kicking your heel towards the sky. Folding over your left leg. Stay here if you wish. Find what works for you. Maybe you want to be way up here. Maybe you want to challenge your balance. Wherever you are, when you're ready, Rise up, swing your right knee up towards your chest. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot down, arms to your side. Move your blanket and your props out of the way. Come to Tadasana pose, arms at your side, palms facing in. Chest is lifted. All 10 toes are gripping the mat. You're active and alive here. Oh yeah, this is one that we might need a prop for. So I'm going to use my scarf for this. And I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to shift my weight to my right foot, step my left foot into the scarf, extend my left arm and get a hold of the scarf, and then bend my left leg as I swing my foot around and come behind me. Then I reach my right hand and get a hold of the scarf as close to my foot as I can. And then I slowly begin to kick into the scarf. You might have to reposition it to a place that feels good, or that doesn't hurt anyway. Sometimes it tugs on veins and stuff, and I don't like that. So begin to kick into the scarf as you pull your arms and press your elbows forward. Lift your chest, lean forward, and kick towards the sky. Or dancer pose. Deep inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. And slowly let it down. Switch sides. Shift your weight to your left foot. Step into your strap. Extend your right arm. Get a hold of your strap. Swing it over and behind. And then get a hold of the strap with your left hand. Kick up towards the sky. Pull your arms forward. Kick and lean however you need to. And when you're ready, let that go. Gently place your strap aside. A lot of them have big, heavy metal buckles on them. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, cactus your arms as you forward fold. Bring your palms to the mat. Head is hanging heavy. Maybe walk your hands just a little bit further in front of you. Lean forward into your hands, lifting your heels, bending your knees, and then press all 10 fingers down into the ground. Tuck your chin and stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock back. Lower your heels. Sweep your hands up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Forward fold. And then walk your feet towards the back of the mat. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet into the ground. Lower down. And bring your arms to your sides. Drop an ear to the floor. Take a deep breath. Let your body recharge. Bring your chin to the mat. Bring your fingertips to the floor, somewhere in line with your shoulders. Bring your forehead to the mat now. Elbows are pointing up. Trying to use the strength of your back solely. Inhale and lift your chest. Letting your chin rise last as you come into Cobra pose. This is oscillating Cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Lower your other ear to the mat if that feels good. Arms by your side. Let your body relax. Bring your forehead to the floor, palms to the floor, in line with your rib cage, in line with the bottom of your rib cage. Zip your legs together, toes are touching, heels are touching if they can. Deep inhale, lift your chest, lift your hands, lift your legs and feet as you come into locust pose. Remembering to breathe deep, inhaling and exhaling. And lower your hands to the mat. Press your hips back towards child's pose. Arms are extended. Maybe you have to set your knees a little wider. Make some space for yourself. And just relax here. Come onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Press your hips back towards downward facing dog. Look forward and then hop, step, or float your feet towards the outsides of your hands for a passive squat. If it's hard for you to get low into a passive squat, you could take your blanket and roll it up. And you get a little bit. And take your blanket and roll it up. And stick that under your heels to give you a little extra lift. Chest is lifted high. Gazes to the horizon. Lower your butt to the mat. Move your props out of the way. Extend your body long. And then bring your heels towards your butt. Press your hips towards the sky. Lower down, inhale. Exhale, press your hips towards the sky. Lower down, inhale. Exhale, press your hips towards the sky. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press your hips towards the sky. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press your hips towards the sky and hold. Maybe even come onto your shoulder blades or on top of your shoulders just a little bit. Begin to press your heels down into the ground and try to kick them closer or pull them in as you press your knees forward, pressing your hips up, really feeling this in your thighs, the front of your legs, and then your glutes, and then slowly lower down. Knees to chest, legs stretch long. And then bring your arms wide, pull your heels in towards your butt. Lower your knees to the left. bring them back up neutral, and then lower them to the right. Come back to center. Step your feet wide, kind of off the mat, and just windshield wiper the knees back and forth as slow or as quick as you like here. Stretch the body long. And then prepare for Shavasana if you need a blanket or a pillow or anything like that so that you can be comfortable here for the next few minutes. Then so be it. And find a comfortable position on your back, palms facing the sky, about a 45-degree angle. Feet are towards the edge of the mat, towards the sides of the mat. And really just allow yourself to drop into the space here, to melt into the mat, to surrender your weight to the earth. There's no place that you can go to from here. Try to relax your shoulders. Suss out any areas where you might be holding tension, and breathe into that area. Let it go with the exhale. Remind yourself, if needed, that we're still in practice here. Allow your body and your mind to tap into some moments of peace for healing and recalibration. And bring your awareness to your breath. If thoughts, stories pull your attention away, that's okay. As you become aware of it, just bring your attention back to the breath, back to the space, back to the sensations of the temperature in the room, any sounds that you hear, maybe to your heartbeat. Choosing to relax more and more. stay in this position as long as you like, or if you're ready, you can go ahead and bring some awareness back to your breath, back to the body. Begin to lengthen your inhales and deepen your exhales, and begin to deepen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. Maybe begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, rotate your hands and wrists and ankles. Maybe bring your heels closer to your butt and rock your knees back and forth just a little bit, waking up your hip. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your side into a small shape. Maybe use your hands, your forearms for a pillow with knees bent, and just relax on your side for a moment. Gently coming back into the world of doing. Gently coming back into the world of activity. And once again, stay here as long as you like. Or slowly come up to a seated position. An easy seat with your legs crossed. And when you get here, bring your hands to your knees. Pull your chest forward, kind of like a cow pose a little bit. And then round it back a little bit into just a little teeny cat pose. Go back and forth, undulating forward and backwards, side to side. Wiggle and jiggle around however you need to get comfortable here. Eyes can be closed or softened. And take a moment to give thanks to yourself for showing up for this practice today, for putting in the effort. Give thanks for this space, for our lives today. Go ahead and take a deep inhale. Bring your palms together, heart center. Exhale as you bow your head. From the bottom of my heart, you guys, I really thank you for joining me for this practice today. It's my hopes and wishes that you find some benefit and some peace to take with you into your life today. The light in me recognizes the light in you and the place from which we came, where we are one. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Go in peace.